Hello and welcome to Donny Reviews. Today we're reviewing some D&D monsters.
Hey, yo, Joe, who is this guy?
I don't know, but
I
since
mean,
you're here, do you want to rate monsters with us?
Let's do it.
yeah, it's the second page. Nope, third page. I lied to you.
Third page.
Um,
Wow.
Third page.
so this is just the monsters we have from sources. Those will be listed down in the description. Uh, we got this guy we just found here with us. So
I guess yeah. I
Yo.
guess we'll make them.
let's take it away.
Yeah. And remember, this is our opinions, it's our take. So it's ain't like serious, breakdowns of the monsters. It's just we kind of vibe check them, see how they feel.
Yeah, if you're mad at us, we're sorry.
Yeah. Don't make fun of us because we'll cry on camera.
We will on camera. Apology with tears. Anyway, the green dragon. Oh, I didn't think it was gonna load. All right.
So coming off, the adult green dragon. I think we rated him pretty low last time.
Yeah, he's stinky.
Yeah. Stinky, jerk, collects people.
Now we got the third opinion, okay? Donny.
Yes.
This guy, um, he's just mean. He's the most cunning and treacherous of the dragons. Misdirection, trickery, they're just little jerks. We say we say they're stinky because of the poison breath. Unlike the black dragon, these are not canonically stinky, but poison breath equals stinky in our hearts. So
Okay.
they're also
Just
manipulative,
really bad breath.
manipulative schemers. So that's the green dragon. They're pretty powerful. Like, I mean, evil.
Ooh.
By
It's
itself, armor
green
class
dragon.
21.
You've been alive for thousands of years. Ooh.
Yeah, we get it. Ugh. Anyway, my order didn't stick. Oh well. We'll give Donnie the say. Where does the green dragon go?
Well, he's kind. I would give D tier honestly.
D tier.
D tier?
D tier.
Interesting take from
Because with the stinky poison breath, it's just like he's just mischievous. D green.
Yeah, I mean it is the green tier.
I view him as an F tier, but
Yeah, the guest
we
gets
all
the
view
final
this guy
say on
differently.
this day. Any other day,
He's just he is just a big jerk, big dumb guy. He collects people. He's weirdo.
for real.
Fair enough. Yeah. He would definitely not vibe.
Yeah, he's not a viber, so D.
All right. Next up, we've got the red one.
The classic Dungeons and Dragons dragon. You think of Dungeons and Dragons, you think of the red dragon.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to do this on the
It's
first
literally
one.
on all their artwork.
Red Dragon.
I mean, I know that's how we pronounce it, but he did put some stank on dragon.
Red Dragon.
I like that
He
guy.
again did like the whole arm pump,
Yeah, red dragon.
Red dragon.
Definitely sounds like a Dragon Quest hero saying it.
We're gonna try to get the guy who did this voiceover for the final episode of reviewing D&D monsters.
Yeah, if you somehow find this very small YouTube channel with 12 subscribers at the time,
Yeah,
hit us up for a collab on the last page of D&D monsters.
Yeah.
You could say zombie for us.
exactly. I mean, it's a red dragon. They're mountain masters.
So am I.
It's a dragon.
Yeah, I like red dragons. I think they're oversaturated, as I said in the first episode. So it kind of kills it for me because they're just so overused.
Yeah. I mean, they're cooler than some of the other chromatic dragons, but like overall.
What are we thinking, Donny?
Yeah. Honestly, F.
Under the green
Hot-
dragon. Hot
that's a
take
hot
after
take.
hot take from Donnie.
That's a hot dude. It's just as you said, red dragon. It's just a very basic dragon.
So what we're learning, Donnie likes green over red.
Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah.
punishable by death here.
Yeah.
Oh really?
That
Yeah.
puts Donnie's currently sitting in the F tier.
Yeah.
Oh no!
We need to. We should put Donny reviews on here for the tier list.
No, no, don't, no!
All right. Ooh, a fun one.
Yes.
Silver Dragon.
Whoa.
Voice change.
How did they determine who did which? Like I think we've discovered there's two voiceover people, the guy and the girl. But you'd think like they would take like part of the pages or something, but like the ancient dragons right after each other. What determined when they switch?
Yeah, what determines who says what name?
Depends who can put more stank on it.
Last time we talked about the Silver Dragon, he was the one that was collector, right? Like a collector of just all historical artifacts, or like was it war artifacts? I believe.
History, humanoid history.
Oh, yeah, okay. And these guys were the ones that LARPed as humans.
I think so. Humans spend much time in humanoid form as they do in dragon form. Yeah. So these silver dragons, they spend practically all of their time pretending to be a human, which is a weird thing for a dragon to do. Like, let's be real. Like, I think all of us wish we could be a dragon, but this guy is like, you don't know what you're missing out.
I'm gonna say, like, but like, you gotta think. This guy spends his whole life as a dragon, so maybe he has the same concept. You know, like, what's it like to be a human?
Fair enough. But
maybe you can't really take that into perspective.
I think they're dragons of virtue, friends of small races. I like silver dragons.
They're pretty cool.
They're vibers. But how does Donny feel about silver dragons?
Honestly, B tier.
Oh.
B or A.
Beer tier.
Beer tier.
Beer tier. Honestly, it's more the fact of, since they are like wanting to change into humans, you can use them more in a story other than a monster.
Yeah, we did that.
Yeah, we were talking about that the other day.
Was that in the second episode or the first episode?
I think it was the second. I think it was the second episode because we did the first half of the other ancient dragons.
Yeah, we were talking about how
And
we can make every kind of metallic dragon into like a shopkeeper in a campaign.
Yeah, like a shop or a tavern keeper or something, like with information because they've been alive for thousands of years.
Yeah. So honestly,
whereas like a shopkeeper, so you don't mess with them, be like, I want this down a notch. You're like, no, can I steal it? You can try.
You can certainly try.
You get rocked.
Yeah, they attack the tavern keep for it to be a silver dragon. So
that would be awesome though. Like, think of like an encounter where you've had this like buff tavern, like your typical like bald, buff, heavily bearded tavern keep man, and they like get in a brawl with him or something. And the dude just is like, you don't want to start this fight. You don't want to start this fight. And then they do, and then next thing you know, like this guy's like a dragon.
Yeah.
And then it starts off a whole cool quest line or something. Like maybe he's like, yeah, you messed up, now you gotta help me, or I'm gonna kill you. You know?
Appease the dragon.
Funny enough, I did something similar to you guys on the Christmas one shot. I was just looking through monsters, and I found this like celestial that could like shape change, and I just made that the barkeep. So in the New Wilds there is a barkeep that's a celestial. It's in that little mining town, so just keep that in mind when you're messing with barkeeps.
Metagaming. I think I know what I'm doing tomorrow.
It's been so long since the Christmas special.
Been 2 years, yeah.
I think I know
That's the
what
first
I'm
time
gonna
I
do.
played Dusty.
Yeah, you gotta go back to the mining town and pick a fight with the barkeep. Anyway, you said B or A, Donny. Which one is your final verdict?
Let's give A tier, just for the story element you could use it for.
A tier. Gotcha.
That's a good take from Donny Reviews.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah. I'm getting a little better. All right.
This guy walks on set and then starts taking over with the worst takes known to man.
Yeah, who invited this guy?
I gotta get my hot takes now. I gotta strike a presence here.
Also, it's intriguing to me that the red dragons are CR 24, and then the green's 22, and the silver's 23, and the white's 20.
They're probably doing it, like I said, because of the simple fact that the red dragons are like the iconic dragon.
Yeah, but it's weird that like you wouldn't think they'd be that much difference. Which I guess in like the 20s, it really doesn't make a difference.
Plus, like personally, I think I'd rather get hit with a poison breath other than a flame breath.
True. I could just close my mouth on the poison breath because it's not acid.
True. How many times do you use red dragons in their campaigns, honestly, for like their modules? If you know off the top of your head.
I do
No,
not.
I don't think they use them that often, actually.
Is the
even
fat
though, like,
one
the trademark.
from the Dungeons and Dragons movie a red dragon? I can't remember.
I'm not too
Don't
sure. I
remember.
think it might be a red dragon.
I have to look into that.
Like it looks like a red dragon. It has like a red skin. I'll search it up.
Intriguing. The white dragon. This is your snow dragon, pretty much. It's got the cold breath, cold damage. I don't think I've ever called it cold damage. I think I say ice damage. the more
Called
you
the
know,
burr damage.
because it's
Thimberchod. Sorry, Thimberchod is a red dragon who dwells in the Gracklestug of a city of Draugr in the Underdark of the Forgotten Realms campaign setting.
That's interesting. So yeah, they have in the D&D movie there's a red dragon.
Right?
And that's the only dragons you see in Baldur's Gate. And that's the two like mainstream wizards related D&D stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
White dragon.
These ones are primal, vengeful.
These are like the sassy ones, I'm pretty sure.
They're the least intelligent, which is a mean thing to say about these dragons. These ones, the dumb ones.
They're like me for real.
Yeah, honestly, we say we're the brass and bronze dragons, but we're really just the dumb ones. These are the ones I'm pretty sure though. If you like beat them in a fight, powerful creatures can sometimes gain the white dragon's obedience through demonstration of physical or magical might. So these dragons you can like become the boss of. You can be the alpha. Literally the alpha.
This fits so well into my white dragonborn in Baldur's Gate.
Least intelligent.
The dude is just a big dummy.
Yeah.
Who thinks he's small.
The smallest. Least intelligent. Oh man.
Hey, I know my dragons apparently.
Yeah. You want to know more about that? Watch our live streams of Baldur's Gate, Broholder's Gate. We're going to post them in clips on this channel at some point, but as of right now, they're being streamed. So keep an eye out for those on Twitch and YouTube, both POVs. You got my POV on Twitch, Joey's on YouTube.
Yep, you come watch Chris, the Dragonborn rogue who thinks he's small. And he is small, he's a small guy.
And Andrew, the really edgy drow who tries his best to convince people he's a warlock, and people believe him because he's edgy enough to be a warlock, but he's actually just a wizard. He's just a big nerd. Anyway,
he's too afraid
Donny.
to approach somebody to become a warlock.
Ooh, alright. I want to say white dragon C tier.
C tier?
Okay.
Yeah.
You have a lot more of a spread of dragons than we did. We had all of the chromatic in F and the metallic in S and A.
It's more of like I can see the white dragon being used more than I can see the green or red dragon being used.
Yeah.
See, we rate
vibes
these dragons off
and
vibes. Donnie breaks them down and looks into like the usage of the dragons, and I enjoy that.
Yeah, I mean, what else could we expect?
It's how I like the tier list.
From a guy named Donny Reviews is genuine critiques and reviews. That's the difference of a channel called Donny Reviews versus Bro Holder. Alright. We got the Androsphinx. Do you think he's related to Andrew?
I don't know, but let's hear that voice.
Androsphinx.
Hey, banked it.
I feel like
Androsphinx.
there's more of a pause like here than I would think. Androsphinx.
Yeah, like draw something like the S or the O. Like
Yeah.
Androsphinx.
All right, so this is a new one for us. We've been through the dragons, that's why we kind of sped through there. So what's this got going on for us?
We're gonna challenge rating 17 has inscrutable. What is that?
Where's that?
The Sphinx is immune to any effect that would sense its emotion or read its thoughts, as well as any divination spell that it refuses. Wisdom, insight, checks made to ascertain the Sphinx's intentions or sincerity have disadvantage. Very cool.
So it's stone cold.
These guys are mind warriors.
It's Aslan from Narnia. Dude, I love Narnia.
Has the three roars. That's kind of cool. That's kind of a nice layer thing. Like it roars 3 times a day, and each roar has like a different effect.
Huh.
It's neat.
So frightened, deafened and frightened. Prone.
Knocked prone.
Thunder
That's pretty cool.
damage.
Ooh,
Bro can say
that's pretty
rare
neat.
and give you thunder damage.
It's also a spellcaster. Has some.
Interesting spells. That's kind of what I was looking at. Like it has Hero's Feast. It
Well,
can summon food.
Sphinx are like these like knowledgeable,
Yeah.
like beings.
Sphinxes are cool.
Yeah.
I've seen some clips. There's a Sphinx in Dragon's Dogma too. I haven't gotten to it yet, but I'm excited to see what that's like. There's also a Sphinx in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which is a really fun encounter. I highly recommend that one. Taking the time to play through that long game just to deal with the Sphinx. So it's teleport, cast a spell, and claw attack as legendary actions. I mean, pretty solid monster. Let's see what we got here in its description. Lair actions. Wait.
That is crazy.
I've never seen that before.
Oh.
You can have them re-roll initiative. That's crazy. You can make them younger?
Or yeah, that is crazy.
Just turn him into like a baby.
So they're like these like divine like timekeepers. They're with their divine guardian.
So you could also teleport them 10 years into the future, and only a wish spell can bring them back.
Crazy.
Oh. Get some Samurai Jack kind of motive.
Okay,
Yeah.
I will be so for real. I did not read that as shifts itself, but we don't
I
have to
also
elaborate.
read it as the
Another plane of existence.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
this is awesome.
Yeah, the Sphinx is kind of cool. I'm already seeing this sentence as a fantastic way to start a campaign.
Yeah.
They run into a Sphinx, boom, they're 10 years in the future, the whole campaign is just trying to get themselves back to their timeline.
10 years in the past, maybe the Sphinx is like, you have to fix this problem.
Mm-hmm, true.
Get to
Yeah,
right
yeah.
some wrongs whenever trauma you had as a kid.
I chosen you, or maybe like each player had done something in the past that they'll not have to go back and fix. Or maybe like something happened that they'll just fix in general or something. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and honestly, going back to fix their past mistakes could be a great way to have like character arcs in the thing.
Mhm.
All right. I don't believe that. That let's be real. That does not look like a human's face. Guardians, magical tests. I mean, very Sphinx things, little riddles. Some Sphinxes break free of their divine command. However, if a Sphinx's alignment and loyalties drift in this way, it never leaves the place it guards or grants its secrets to any except creatures it deems worthy.
This is awesome.
So yeah, this is cool.
This is a great start to a campaign that I'm definitely going to have to take. I have so many ideas that you could use with this.
Yeah.
I really dig the Sphinx summons you, like your party. They all summon into like this divine chamber. And he's like, you each have done wrongdoings in the past, and now I'm going to send you back, and you must correct them. You know.
Yeah. That's how we'll start the Bro Holders official Wizards of the Coast sponsored module.
Yeah. Write that down. Write that down.
Thinking ahead.
All right, Donnie, what are we thinking for the Sphinx? The Andro Sphinx.
Honestly, S
Andrew.
tier, just for the fact of like the layer actions of time flowing.
Yeah, I rock with S
As
tier.
Joey said, how many times you could make a campaign out of it.
Donnie's
I
coming
think
back.
it's a
You're cooking, man.
very amazing take. I love that. It's probably my favorite monster so far out of the list.
Yeah. All
What
right.
we got next?
The Angry Sorrow Sworn.
Right off the bat, what is this guy like? This man is not having a good time.
But is he angry or is he sad? Oh, maybe this guy's angry. This guy's sad.
Yeah, one's mad, one's sad.
You guys seen Men in Black 2?
I've not.
It's been a while. Is he in it?
It's
the
like
Angry Sorrow Sworn?
It's a guy with two heads, and he follows the main villain around, and it's kind of like that.
Nice. CR 13.
It's got Rising Anger. If a creature deals damage to the Sorrow Sworn, its attacks have advantage until the end of its next turn. And the first time it hits its hook attack, takes extra psychic damage. I just can't read. So, this guy's like the Hulk. The more mad he gets, the more powerful he gets.
Yeah. Basically has a rage.
Yeah. And it's every turn, it looks like. 2 hook attacks. Yeah, that's
Maybe we just read the description.
interesting.
Relying on violence to sustain their existence, Angry Sorrow Sworn, sometimes called Angry Grow, more powerful, or sometimes called Angry. What? That threw me off so hard.
They just
Grow
call
more
it angry.
powerful when their foes fight back. If a creature opts not to attack, though, this Sorrow Sworn becomes confused, and its attacks weaken. It also has 2 heads, which bicker with each other incessantly.
Oh, it speaks common.
That's super cool.
It's just a guy.
Its pervasive melancholy sometimes gives rise to strange incarnations of the plane's bleak nature. Sorrowsworns embody the form of suffering inherent to the shadowy landscapes and visit horror on those who stumble into their mindset. Each Sorrowsworn personifies a different aspect of despair or distress. There's so many big words in that sentence, in that little paragraph there.
So the Shadowfell's yep. Maybe we both can't read. So maybe Sorrowsworn is a type of monster, is what I'm gaining from that. And these are just the angry Sorrowsworn. So maybe later we'll get like the sad Sorrowsworn.
The sad.
Bro is Angie.
Yeah.
What do we think about the Angie guy, Donnie?
Honestly, F.
F.
Really? Whoa.
Well, that was passion out of nowhere.
How come?
I just don't think it can't be used that much as like a monster. It seems very bland in my opinion.
I'm quite the opposite there. I feel like this is a good monster. It's CR13. I feel like he's a good monster for that encounter where it's like, what's that sound? You see this guy like walking out of the woods towards you, like this like horror villain, this horror monster. I really enjoy it. I think it has potential.
Where would you put him?
Let's take like the Emberfell campaign setting. That
Yeah,
I have.
I'm currently running a Gothic horror as well, which should be good for him.
Say, a town is having problems in the nights. Maybe people are going missing, right? The party goes to investigate, and eventually they come across this creature in a barn, right? It's bickering to itself. You hear it murmuring back and forth, complaining, fighting with each other. As you open the door, you see this horrific monstrosity, hooked hands, 2 heads, yelling at each other. And then as they notice your presence, they turn around, and you just feel the presence of anger as this creature starts to approach you, or I don't know, just something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
I like it, but given I do Emberfell is probably one of my favorite campaign settings that I run. So like,
Yeah,
I think
It's
it's biased.
understandable.
we're both gothic horror simps.
Yeah.
But that's why we have Donny here.
Yeah, to be fair, the only campaign I've run was Strahd, which is
Fair
also
enough.
a gothic horror.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Oh, come on. It's a
Mhm.
classic.
Oh yeah.
Animated armor.
He's a classic.
But just in case they pronounce it some way different.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Animated armor.
He's just so happy all the time.
It
to
also
these
felt like he
names.
pronounced every letter in that.
Animated armor.
Animated
Oh my
armor.
god, he did.
It's like a cutaway, like Fullmetal Alchemist. Animated armor.
Yeah, a classic. I use animated armors like almost every campaign.
Oh yeah.
Like they fit in and you can flavor them in so many different ways, and they're just a really useful stat block.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
it's your like, because I think anything that it's technically actually a statue that moves is harder than CR1, if I'm not mistaken. So it's nice to have this like thing you can easily be like, oh, it's a statue or it's armor that comes alive. I mean, it's the animated armor, one of the most classic. Not even D&D tropes, like even Scooby-Doo got animated armor.
Oh yeah, which is one of my favorite
True.
Scooby-Doo villains.
Yeah.
Is the knight. What was it called? Of course, a favorite villain. I can't remember the name now.
I mean, there's not much to say about the animated armor. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's armor that's animated. Speaking of animated, Donny,
Yeah.
where's the animated
Black
armor?
Knight.
go?
That's what they were. Black Knight.
I'm gonna give it A tier. Honestly.
A tier for animated. A
You
for
can use it in
animated.
multiple. A for animated. Yeah. You can just use it in so many situations, and as you said, you can flavor it however you want. I
Yeah.
think it's, as you said, a great monster for starting out.
I mean, I don't know if I'd put it that high, but I fully agree that it is. It's your all rounder. It's your day
Hey, I'm
one.
all with the A.
Yeah.
I'm all with the A tier.
The road dog itself. All right, let's place our bets now.
I'm gonna say Ankeg.
I was feeling Onkeg as well. What about you, Donnie?
I'm gonna say Aheg. Aheg.
So you're going on the silent K gambit.
Yeah, I wanna do that. Yeah.
Now, since neither of us said the Ankeg, which feels like it's low hanging fruit, it's gonna be that, right?
Yeah.
Onkeg.
Onkeg,
Oh.
let's go! A dub for the bro holders.
1 for bro holders, 0 for Donnie reviews.
Ooh. Anyway,
I'm about to
what
come
is
back.
this thing?
Some sort of beetle seems like. CR level 2, acid spray and bite.
It's the baddie from Helldivers.
Yeah, not much on the stat block, but we got in the description. It resembles an enormous many-legged that's so funny, insect. Its long antenna twitching in response to any movement around it. Its legs end in sharp hooks adapted for burrowing and grasping its prey. And its powerful mandibles can snap a small tree in half. Jesus.
Oh, how big is? Oh, it's a large monstrosity.
Yeah, they're big. It lurks in the earth. It uses powerful mandibles to dig winding tunnels deep beneath the ground. When it hunts, an onkeg burrows upwards, waiting below the surface until its antenna detects movement from above. So it's kind of like an ambush predator.
Huh.
Then it bursts from the earth and seizes prey in its mandibles, crushing and grinding while it secretes acid digestive enzymes. These enzymes help dissolve a victim for easy swallowing, but the onkeg also squirts acid to take down its foes. So it squirts. It's a squirter.
It's a squirter.
Bane of field and forest. Although onkegs receive a certain portion of their nutrients from the soil through which they burrow, they must supplement their diet with fresh meat. Pastures teeming with grazing livestock and forest rife with game are an onkeg's prime hunting grounds. Onkegs are thus the bane of farmers and rangers everywhere. And as it burrows through the earth, the Ankeg leaves a narrow, partially collapsed tunnel in its wake. In these tunnels, one might find the remnants of molten Ankeg chitin, hashed Ankeg eggs, or grisly remains of Ankeg victims, including coins or other treasure scattered during the Ankeg's attack.
Yeah,
I like these guys.
Yeah, they're just bugs that do bug things. It's weird that it says they're the bane of rangers. I get farmers killing livestock, but like, isn't rangers' whole shtick like protect the forest? But this guy is part of the forest. It's part of the ecosystem. So shouldn't rangers be like, it's whatever, you know?
I think it's more
I
of
thought
like
Rangers would be like a part of the territory.
They're invasive.
yeah, it's more like they're invasive.
I would have thought of them as overworld creatures, though. They looked like they'd be an Underdark creature based off of just vibes, but
I like Ankegs. I think they're cool. I feel like a nice little quest maybe to go like hunt one of these guys down would be pretty fun. Like maybe the party's like climbing through their burrows. Imagine the horror scene that would emit, and like you find like the half-eaten body of like a commoner or something like. Ugh.
yeah. I can definitely picture like a dungeon crawl through a tunnel.
Yeah.
What are you thinking, Donny?
I want to say C tier.
C tier.
I feel like it's a good baseline monster.
Is
Just
it,
like
is it
the,
above the
ancient
white
one.
dragon, or is it below the white dragon?
no.
Okay.
Because
Gotcha.
the white dragon I can see used in more situations than I can see the Ankeg. Or well, actually no, put the Ankeg above the dragon.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I would see more quests with the Ankeg. Like it's I think its usefulness would be more than the white dragon.
I see.
Okay. I like it.
Now that puts us to dinosaur.
Ankylosaurus.
Dinosaur. Ankylosaurus.
Ankylosaurus. Thomas it.
I have to go with Joey Ankylosaurus.
It's Ankylosaurus.
Ankylosaurus.
Oh, you're wrong. Ankylosaurus.
Ankylosaurus.
Oh.
Can't pronounce the O in there.
Ankylosaurus.
Ankylosaurus.
Oh, it is an A. No. That's weird. Ankylosaurus.
Cool dinosaur from the time I played Ark. It's very useful for mining rocks. Other than that, it's about all I really got on it. I don't really use dinosaurs much in D&D.
It eats plants.
It does eat plants.
Has its tail attack, which makes sense.
It's good for mining rocks.
Yeah. It's an Ankylosaurus. There's not much to say about it.
Donnie?
I like how we don't
I
have a
wanna say
head in the
D tier.
picture. It's just his back.
It's just a dino.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
it says there. That's his head in the front.
D for dinosaurs.
Yeah.
D for Dino.
Alright. Now we have Anise Hag. Ugh. Donnie, that kind of looks like you.
Who?
Donnie.
That's kind of like Donnie.
Oh, you flatter me.
Smash anyway. Oh, wrong video.
Yeah.
Anise Hag.
Why is
That's
she yelling
really
at me?
close to another word.
Anus.
That's like almost saying anus hag.
Yeah, so what's the
Hopefully
Anus
you'll be
Hag got
smashing
for
that.
us?
Oh my gosh.
Faye.
CR level 6, yeah, I'll hack your Fae.
Mm-hmm.
Bite, claw, crushing hug. That's interesting.
Aw, that's so
And,
sweet.
Slight spellcaster. Cool.
Just Guy's Self and Fog Cloud.
Imagine you're going to hug a sweet little grandma and you hug her and then it turns into this.
Turns into 9d6
It's the bear
plus
hug.
5 bludgeoning damage. Alright, so what are these? This isn't a hag I'm very familiar with. Take the layers of mountains or hills. Leave tokens of their cruelty at edges of forests and other areas they claim to provoke fear and distrust in nearby villages and settlements. To Anus Hag. Nothing is sweeter than making a once vibrant community paralyzed with terror so folk never venture out at night. Strangers are met with suspicion and anger, and parents warn their children, be good or the anus will get you.
It's amazing. I love this creature. When the anus feels especially cruel, the hag adopts the appearance of a kindly elder, approaches a child in a remote place, and gives them an iron token, described below, through which the child can magically confide in the hag. Over time, a granny or a grampy convinces the child that it's okay to do bad deeds, starting with breaking things or wandering out without permission, then graduating to pushing someone down the stairs or setting a house on fire. Eventually, the child's terrified family and community face painful decisions of what to do about the seemingly remorseless child. I like this. This is
so funny.
This has. I really enjoy like this page that we're doing because there are so many creatures that I can use in Everfell Part 2.
Yeah. Whoa! What?
Finger in the eye hole. And
she's bowling.
Imagine like a whole quest line, like the party comes onto a village, like this like village out in the woods, right? And the people there are all terrified. They're too afraid to leave at night, right? And then on top of that, there's like this troublesome kid going around like burning houses down and like pushing people downstairs and killing them.
Honestly, it'd be a good side quest hook for a cleric or paladin.
Yeah.
Because I feel like imagine a mother coming up to like a cleric who's like obviously a cleric and being like, please, sir, my son, something's wrong with him. I think he's been fey touched or something, you know? And then following the leads.
Like possessed, maybe.
Yeah.
And it's also like a moral dilemma too, because like what if this kid tries to kill the party, you know? Then you have to be faced with the fact it's like, well, we can't kill a kid, can we? You know?
Yeah.
So it's like,
and it also, it's funny that it doesn't say they like, brainwash the kid or mind control them. They just convince them to do bad deeds.
Mm-hmm. They got that charisma.
So
let's read.
I'm picturing in my head. I'm picturing in my head, right? Like a little old man, because I mean, like we're from the South, so like I'm sure like any of us could like be sitting on the porch with our papaw and him be like, go do this thing, and it's just like a little harmless prank, you know, like go show this bug to your sister, stuff like that. So like this character going from like go show this bug to your sister to burn down this house is really funny to me.
On top of, I was reading while you talk about that, I was reading the Iron Token, and it can be it can be a ring, tiny mirror, or a coin. It can be all kinds of things. It comes from their teeth, their iron teeth, and on top of that, they can have 3 active at one time, and anybody who holds it can communicate through whispers, or the hag speaks through them through whispers within a 10-mile radius. This would be great for like an encounter, like maybe the party does find this kid and they find like the coin in his pocket and they take it out and they're like, this is definitely interesting, we'll hold on to this doesn't seem, safe. And then maybe like slowly the hag starts trying to corrupt the person who's holding the coin then, or something like that.
Yeah.
While they spend their time in the village.
That's cool.
On top of that,
you could have used that for one of. Oh, go ahead.
That's good. On top of that, you can have like multiple kids running around like causing chaos because you can have 3. The hag can have 3 tokens up at a time, so it's like there's multiple problems that the party has to take care of. It'd be a nice little side quest, maybe like you had to like basically first off fix these 3 kids, and then after that figure out what the source of like their disobedience is.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe if the party doesn't work fast enough, like say they get the first coin from the first kid, but they take too long to get it from the second kid, maybe by that time the hag has already given a coin to another kid,
An endless cycle of bad kids.
Yeah.
That's funny. Alright, Donny.
B tier, honestly. I think as Joey said, it'd be a great side quest.
Yeah.
Finally putting something in B tier here.
B for
B for best.
B for anus hag.
Yeah.
Yep. B for
B for anus.
You could have probably used the anus hag or like a hag of some sort whenever Finkus got trapped in a house one time.
Dude.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I want Finkus and the anus hag in the same sentence.
Finkus is the anus hag.
For real.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't expect it to be long, but I did not expect this much information.
The dude has an action. There's multi-attack. It makes 2 of his attack, or you have a rock.
Rock.
I throw rock.
Funky monkey.
Ooh.
Funky monkey. Ooh.
Oh. I like it.
Ape.
Yeah.
Ape.
That's exactly what I thought.
King Kong.
I mean C tier. It's ape.
Red wife. Life.
Actually,
good.
no F because it's just ape. I mean,
Wife
Ah,
fights
yeah,
back.
you're not gonna really use it much in a campaign.
Cool.
What would
wife.
you rate it off 5s though?
Off 5s? Oh, Darrow Savant.
Think about wife.
Because ooh,
Very amazing.
Regret.
funky monkey. Ooh.
Wait, where are we putting it?
F.
F. Oh,
Off
we're
5s though.
F.
Off 5s. He says
Off
Darrow Savant.
5s.
Alrighty.
If he's a viber, you know.
Yeah.
Apprentice. Bro, looks like Luke Skywalker. I thought that was a lightsaber.
So fun fact about the Apprentice Wizard is I actually used a stat block for the nano guys throughout the campaign in Neo City.
Okay, so that means I have a 10 over.
Write that down. Write that down.
It's just Luke Skywalker, and that's really funny to me.
Yeah, there's nothing special. I mean, like, it's a nice stat block that I flavored as my, like, nano grunts and stuff. I use the arcane bracelets, they're like pistols and such. It's all cool, but I mean, like, at the end of the day, it's just a small, very weak spellcaster that you can throw against the level of the party.
Yeah, it's very good because I mean the 13 hit points, 10 AC. That's just like it's just kind of like almost commoner stats, pretty much. So like, it's nice when like you're in like a town, because I had a town filled with pretty much all spellcasters in the New Wilds, and it's just if you picked a fight with any of the townsfolk, they'd be an apprentice wizard. It's handy, but nothing special. I did not know I could click on the pictures like that. Yeah.
Write that down.
Let's see.
Later.
Mage armor seems like a much better pick for having so few spell slots, so at least there's that. Thank you, 4L, 4K, 4Z, 4M. That was a mouthful. I was not expecting to read that name. Alright, Donnie, what's your thoughts on Luke Skywalker?
I'm gonna say S tier for this one.
S tier?
Interesting. What's
Okay.
the
I will say,
take there?
because it is the best. I think it's one of the best. Like if you're gonna use a wizard for any like kind of enemy, but you want it to be like a fodder enemy, you're gonna use that.
Nice. All right.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
We're getting
Like
genuine
the utility
reviews.
is outmatched. Yeah.
Alright. Coming out of left field with S tier Luke Skywalker.
This is why you bring Donny reviews on.
Yeah. Next up is the Arcanoloth. Oh, dude.
I was looking at this earlier, and I instantly thought Red Riding Hood's like wolf grandmother.
Swiper no swiping, looking off.
Arcanoloth.
Oh,
Arcanoloth.
it's a repeat of Arakokra.
Arcanoloth.
This guy just really likes his R words and then saying the rest like he's casting a spell.
Arcanoloth.
So we got a CR12, a huge spellcaster, goes all the way to 8th level with Mind Blank. Other than that, nothing crazy. Claws and teleport. Has a magic resistance and such.
I would not have expected Mind Blank as a buff.
Yeah.
I thought,
And even Witch counters it.
I mean, some of the spells have pretty like self-explanatory names, like Feeble Mind. So I thought like Mind Blank was kind of like Feeble Mind, where it turns your mind blank. All right, what are these guys? Jackal-headed beings with humanoid bodies. They can employ magic to take any humanoid form. They do so to gain the trust of the creatures with whom they negotiate, replacing jackal snarls with winsome smiles. So this is the wolf from Red Riding Hood.
Yeah.
That's funny. Diplomats and negotiators.
They speak and write all languages.
Can broker treaties or alliances with subtlety and finesse. Changes sides can easily turn the best laid-back peace talk into all-out war. So this is like last time we had the like battle generals for fiends, and now we have the like Littlefinger equivalent for fiends. Like the tactician behind the scenes guy. That's pretty funny. For some reason, this guy reminds me of the dogs in the spirit library in Avatar. That's the vibes I get from him, even though they're just dogs.
I mean, I kind of like this guy. I think
Yeah.
a lot of potential use. Having him be like maybe there's like tensions between two countries for no reason, and maybe like a nobleman from like one of the cities reaches out to a party. He's like, "Hey, there's something going on the inner courts. I need you to figure it out. Like, there's definitely a problem, and I don't know what, because we should not have these problems that we're having, or something."
Yeah, it's very much like there's a war getting started when there shouldn't be.
Yep.
Where's he going? Donny reviews.
Ooh, all right. I'm thinking high C, low B
high C.
tier.
Top of C?
Okay.
Yeah, high C. Oh, let's go high C.
Dude, high
'cause
C
I don't
is
think it would be as...
so good. Sorry.
It is. No, you're right. I think, as Joey said, for diplomatic reasons and stuff like that, I could easily see this as a character as a corrupt politician who like takes our heroes out for quests by like sly wars and something. They're like, wait a minute, we're doing the bad stuff. Hold on.
Yeah.
I like that.
I feel like that'd be a nice little enemy.
Summoner variant. Same
So
thing,
summoner variant.
but can summon.
Yeah, it's the same thing, but it can summon a Yugoloth.
Oh,
Oh wait, no wait, it is a Yugoloth. I'm dumb. It's
Oh.
like something different.
wait, it can summon. Oh, so it summons a Yugoloth. Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. I read it the same thing too.
It has a 40% chance of summoning another one of itself.
So what I'm hearing is it could constantly summon other Arcanoloths.
Oh, so that's just essentially saying it has a 40% success rate at summoning. Because I was trying to, I was reading ahead because I thought it meant like the other 40% it summons something weaker. But no, it just has a 40% success rate to summon another one.
Of summoning a copy of itself.
Pretty much, yeah.
It does as it pleases and can't summon another one. Remains for 1 minute until the summoner dies, or until its summoner takes a bonus action to dismiss it.
Huh.
Okay, so it just summons a copy of itself pretty much for a minute. That's kind of powerful.
Yeah.
A 0-12, that's kind of insane.
Because Finger of Death, 7d8? Donnie, you're smart.
it's like
What's
a-
7
What
times
comes
8?
at 7 times 8 is 48.
Plus 30, that's... You can do 78 damage. And then another thing that can do 78 damage.
That's kind of crazy.
And then if your character dies from it, he turns into a zombie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you read that so much faster than I read. Where's the summoner version going, Donnie?
Let's go high C tier as well.
High C tier as well? Okay.
Yeah,
Above,
higher
or
than
above the it's one. Okay.
Above, yeah. Because, I mean, honestly, summoning it, it's just going to be kind of funny if you could be like, you've not been hitting me this entire time. The other Yugoloth just goes bye-bye.
Archdruid.
I feel like that could
Halsin.
make a cool dramatic moment.
Or
Now,
maybe like he can use his summon as like him in another place or something, like like kinda do mischievous stuff.
Yeah.
yeah. Now, if they say Archdruid instead of Archdruid, I will pitch a fit.
Archdruid.
Okay, thank you.
I thought for a second it's gonna do it.
Smash.
Very hairy. So I like Archdruid just like I like Archmages and everything else. They're a good stat block for when you need a druid. So you're R12, so you probably does have definitely be a little bit of higher level to use it, but a great choice when it comes to dealing with like druids in like a forest or something.
Yeah, it's kind of the leader of like people you encounter in the wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Solid stat block too.
Yeah. Oh, those are some cool stuff it can transform into.
I like, air elemental, earth elemental, fire, right? Giant crocodile, mammoth, a flail snail, triceratops, water elemental. Like what? What's a flail snail?
It's the immortal snail.
That thing.
Okay, you know what? We'll have to come back to that later once we get to that page. That looks sick.
But that looks like a flail snail. I mean,
I mean, we don't really need a description. We know what druids are.
so I mean, okay, but it has their favored shape. So that kind of makes sense because, like in Baldur's Gate, Halsin always turns into a bear, so that would be his favored shape. So that makes sense. That's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Where does Halsin go, Donny?
I gotta say, probably B tier.
B tier?
Creature?
Above or
I agree with
below
that.
the anus hag?
Ooh, above.
Above
Because
anus.
I could see it being used more than the anus tag.
So it's
if that
topping the
makes sense.
anus. Gotcha.
Yep.
Yeah.
Archer.
Archer, like that one TV show.
Archer.
Yeah.
They're fighting a sphinx.
That's a griffin, you silly goose.
They're fighting a griffin. That's what I meant to say. That's not a griffin. Like griffins are like the bird lion guys.
It doesn't look like a griffin, but like flying lion, I just think of griffin, but it doesn't look like one either.
What about a sphinx though? A sphinx is a flying lion. Right?
Could it fly?
I guess sphinx don't have wings, do they?
I didn't think so.
No, sphinxes are the lions with human heads. You're right.
Now we've just confused ourselves.
It's an archer.
Sorry, I got distracted by there being a table here. Why is there a fletching table? Does it make difference?
So renowned archers and groups of archers are known for their special fletching of their arrows. You may roll on the archer fletching table to determine the distinctive fletching used by an individual archer or a group of them.
Oh, so
It's like the arrows they fletch.
it's like their tribe, I guess. That's cool.
It's super cool. It's a nice stat block, CR3, so it's good for low level parties. It's an archer. I mean, like, what more do you want out of it?
Huh. They have a bonus action like bardic inspiration, combat inspiration with the archer's eye.
That's cool.
As a bonus
Add a
action, you
D10.
can add D10 to the total. That's handy.
To damage, it's for damage too.
Yeah.
That's nice. I like that. It's cool.
How cool does Donny think it is?
Ooh, I gotta say A tier. I think it's a really good enemy,
Nice.
or like just a tribesman or like an NPC that you could use just in case someone like goes, I don't like you, and then they're like, you want to fight? All right, and then they just get shot.
Shot with the cockatrice arrow.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
Arrow to the knee.
Hold on, we gotta do the thing again. Number is 1d12.
I hardly know her.
4. Thank you, GeekBoy26, for hardly know her. Wait, what do we get? 4. Plain tar
Plantera.
feathers.
Plantar? I said
Plantera.
Plantera.
Terraria?
Terraria.
Terraria. Rawr.
Very cool.
Archmage.
Archmage.
Whoa, don't yell at me.
I thought that was Donny for a second there, saying Archmage.
Lots of spells.
Yeah, I love Archmage. Use them all the time. High level party, you need a high level wizard, high level spellcaster. Archmage is the go-to.
Yep.
Super easy to flavor if you need a different school of divination. Like, you don't have to use the spells that it gives you. You can always switch out the spells. Just in general is an amazing. I mean, it's that luck. I mean, I use it all the time.
Yeah. I mean, time stop. Come on.
Wasn't this the main villain in the Baldur's Gate movie? Like
It
yeah,
looks like, yeah.
Yeah. No, it was an Archmage was the main villain. Yeah.
Which is really funny that CR12 is the main bad guy of the.
Well, not all campaigns go to level 20.
True.
Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, Baldur's Gate goes 12.
Yeah, so I was seeing here if it said they typically have a school, but no. But yeah, that's. I mean, it's just
Classic monster.
yeah. It's the Archmage.
Donny?
What are you thinking, Don?
Low S tier. Honestly.
Low S?
Yeah,
I agree.
it's the same thing with the Apprentice. It's like the versatility matches almost everything.
So is it above or below
And,
the Apprentice?
Below. Because like Archmage, in my opinion, you use it as a one-time thing, maybe not a one-time thing, but it's like you use it as one enemy or two enemies. Why the Apprentice Mage, I can see that being used a lot more in different situations, as like someone who's learning magic or like an enemy. You could use the Apprentice Mage a lot. Why Archmage, I believe it could be used as like, oh, here's a very respectful mage, and here's one of them, and then here's an Archmage as an enemy, but that's all you're getting. Why Apprentice Mage is more versatile.
Yeah, I agree. I like
Sure.
it. And like I said earlier too, like, you don't always have to use the spells on the Archmage's page. You can always switch them up based on what school you're wanting your mage to be kind of centered around. So
Yeah.
Hmm.
And
or
now,
to fit the theme.
and now we have Archon of the Triumvirate.
Triumvirate. Oh, yeah.
We don't got help here.
Oh.
Triumvirate. Sure.
Triumvirate.
I think it's the
I really
it's
don't know.
Triumvirate. I think is the word because I think that sounds familiar, but I don't know what
Sure.
that means.
We're not smart enough to know, so.
Yeah, smart people who are smarter than us in the comments, tell us what on earth that word is pronounced as.
A CR14. A lot going on with the stat block here.
Yeah, I can't read that much.
Is a celestial, so one of the rare few that we get to see. But yeah, CR14, Eyes of the Law. It can target a creature it can see within 120 feet of it and determine which laws that creature has broken in the last 24 hours. Spellcaster, call a motion, command, compel duel. Mount, so it is I mount. If it isn't mounted, it can use bonus action to magically teleport onto a creature serving as its mount. Oh, okay, so it gets to choose.
That's pretty cool. And that
Provided-
doesn't have range.
Oh.
Oh wait, is it saying like it's a mount it can
Yes.
teleport to? Like it has a mount? Okay.
So it doesn't have a range, so like you could be in a bad situation, then poof.
And then can't be surprised. And both its and its mount get advantage on dexterity saving throws. If it reduces 0 hit points while riding its mount, the mount is reduced to 0 hit points as well. Makes 2 Hammer of Justice attacks.
Hammer of Justice.
Just a meaty hammer. Has pacifying presence. Each creature you see within 120 feet must succeed on Wisdom 18, or else target drops any weapons it's holding into this concentration on any spell or other effects and becomes charmed by the Archon for 1 minute. It can refuse saving throw in its turn, and then it's immune. If after it passes, it's immune for the next 24 hours. Legendary actions. Rejoin mount, so we can teleport to his mount. A smite, You know what smite is? In detention.
You go into ISS.
60 feet must succeed on a DC 18 charisma saving throw or be magically teleported to a harmless demiplane until the end of its next turn. Whereupon the target reappears in the space it left or the nearest unoccupied space if that space is occupied.
So it makes you go think about your actions.
Yeah. So this is just like a big peacekeeper, it's like a classic angel, pretty much. Phildar.
Yo.
Bro, I want to pet that.
It's Matt.
Looks like a WoW mount.
Yeah.
Immortal Nature, Eternal Riders. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's just an angel. It's like a paladin angel.
Just upholds law.
Yeah.
Pretty
Super cool.
sick.
A lot of useful ways you can use them for like encounters and stuff.
All right, Don boy.
I'm gonna give it A tier. I think it would be a good like peacekeeper
We're at Nate.
or like a way to punish. I would say above Archer, honestly.
Gotcha.
Just a good peacekeeper, and if your players are being like, we don't give a fuck about the laws, then all right, let's see how he cares.
Yeah, like messes
the hammer down.
wrong, maybe did something evil, and then messed with a certain god, and then this guy was sent to fetch you, you know?
Yeah.
I like it.
Or like a town based on Archons, and then like Archons of Peace are like your main peacekeeping force.
See,
I think
Like
that'd be a pretty
Heaven?
cool one.
say like
Yeah.
Heaven, yeah.
All right. So, Donnie, for the end of our
Yeah.
videos, we do an encounter with one of our monsters from the page. So, which of these monsters, or I'm going to ask you two questions, okay? First question, which of these monsters should we make an encounter out of?
I really want to see the Archon and how you would like shape that.
Okay.
Archon. Okay. So,
Well, because I've seen you guys do the other ones often, or well, other ones kind of the same that I really want to see.
yeah, all right. So, the way we do our encounters is one of us kind of we know the monsters, so we design the battle map. Then the other person kind of, and when designing the battle map, of course, that's the person of us that kind of takes into the full account, like, what is this creature's strengths and weaknesses, and design the combat around the monster. The other one we have write the build up and possible consequences of the encounter. So we'll let you pick who's on which side for this video.
All right, I want to see your battle map,
Me?
Dakota.
Gotcha.
Yes, because I haven't seen your battle maps a lot. I've seen Joey's, so I want to see what Joey does with the events and consequences.
Gotcha.
I already have an idea, so.
Cool. So we'll take a break here. We'll reconvene and we'll tell you what we got going on.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Donnie. So, looks like Joey's got us our encounter here, and I built this pretty simple map. You go first, Joey. What you got for us?
Right. So I was thinking, your party was sent on this quest by some being. Could be really anything from like this divine being that the party is sent on a quest for to like a king, right? They go on this long journey, fight their way maybe up this mountain, through a bunch of trials and such, and eventually they make their way into this final chamber of this temple high up in the sky, on top of a mountain peak, maybe even in the sky on the clouds or something. And they're coming after this like artifact, right? And as the party enters into the room, to retrieve the artifact, they're met with this divine being, the Archon. I was thinking like they descend from the ceiling, maybe it's an open top ceiling, and they descend down, and they are basically like, I'm not going to let you take this artifact over my body, because like maybe the party was sent after this artifact on ill intent by accident. Maybe they didn't know. Maybe But either way, that's kind of how the encounter goes. This Archon.
Yeah.
Taking the artifact.
It's kind of like a divine intervention type deal.
Yeah, kind of like you can't take this.
Yeah.
This is too powerful for you to have.
That's Pretty cool. So when it comes to the map here and the combat side of this encounter, this is once again kind of like last week's. It's not necessarily an encounter that has to end in combat, because this is a lawful neutral creature. So if we're talking like your party comes in, they're like, we're stealing this artifact no matter what, then yeah, it's gonna be a fight. But if they want to talk it out, or even if they don't talk it out, here's some of the cool things about this. Obviously, huge damage output with like the Hammer of Justice doing like 4d8 bludgeoning, 2d6 bludgeoning plus 4d8 force damage. So that's some big damage output, and you have to pass a strength 18 or be knocked prone, and you get 2 of those per turn. Also has the fear, they can make drop weapons and stuff. So that's a pretty good combat. So this will be a hard fight, and honestly, I would make this kind of a mini boss. I would make this like, it is CR 14, so maybe throw it against like a 12 or 13 party, though it's a big fight, but still have it a chance, because it's kind of one of those things. It's like, ideally they should realize, hey, we might be doing the wrong thing here.
Yeah, if your players are somewhat knowledgeable and thinking.
Yeah.
I know most players ain't.
That's a big
Badly.
problem. But yeah, I'm a big fan of the like, you have the option to fight it out, but it might not end in fighting. And notice here, there is something missing from the Archon here, and that is the steed. I intentionally left its steed out of this battle map, because if it does get to the point that your party is winning and it gets to our Archon here and they're low health, they can teleport as long as their mount's on the same plane. And I think that could be a fun way to end the encounter with a tactical retreat, and then have this guy either hunt down the artifact, which I placed here in the middle of the map, or just hunt down the party, as in like a, you did bad, I'm gonna get you type deal. So yeah, that's why I left that steed out as a quick out.
And like Coco said, like, this doesn't necessarily have to be a fight. Like, if the party is doing this with ill intent, maybe the guy could come to them and be like, listen, you're not doing this for the greater good. Or, you know, they could have a chat on it, and maybe this could be like a turning point within the campaign, to where, you know, the party realizes, hey, maybe the guy that we're working for is not such a good guy.
Maybe we're the baddies.
Maybe we're the baddies, you know. So there's several options this could go through.
Mm-hmm. Also, you can make it a good moral dilemma, because you would have like a king want this artifact and know it's protected by like divine beings. However, it's a powerful artifact. So, you have them, you come in, and they're paying you like an insane amount of gold, like 100,000 gold to the party, you know. So that makes it a big moral dilemma of gold versus morals.
And on top of that too, it's more, you could also do something, maybe like they're being offered this money, but on top of that, maybe this is like their home kingdom, their home, and maybe it's being sieged, and the only thing that the king can do to save his city is turn to the power of this artifact, right? And maybe it might be a dangerous artifact to have in the hands of anyone, so that's why they're interested in defending it, but it could save your home too, so it's like another moral limit on top of that. So it's like, you know, do I fight this angel, steal this powerful artifact, give it to the king, save my home, but also it now be in the hands of the people, or maybe used for ill intent later on, you know. It's all kinds of options.
Yeah. And this, if you want it to be a pivotal moment in a campaign, you could have possibly, call me cringe, I'm gonna reveal something about myself as the D&D monster reviewer guy. I don't really know how liches work. So it could be an artifact that kind of helps in the process of becoming a lich, if that exists. That's why I said I don't really know how they work. So it could be a turning point of, if they side with this, they'll have a lich on their side, or a future lich on their side, and the king, spoiler alert, becomes a lich. Or they can have celestials on their side. And that's another instance of like, this is CR 14, so doing the right thing, they will have a weaker person on their side. But if they're hardcore getting stomped by a lich and they have a literal angel swoop in and help them, it could be a big ally. But it could also have an ally with a lich, so it makes this moral dilemma, the gold dilemma, like powerful artifact. Because like Joey said, make it a war, like, oh yes, I know, because the king can even tell you it's a lich, be like, I know this is a hard thing for you guys to comprehend, that I'm asking for power, but it's the only option we have to defeat this enemy force.
Save our home.
Yeah, because that one dog jackal fiend caused a war.
Yeah.
But what's your thoughts on this, Donny?
I like it. I like how you guys set this up. And I also like how you're like talking about the events. Like legitimately, it seems like how this all leads up to it. I find it hilarious how you don't know how liches work. Like that didn't surprise me.
I'm telling you guys that in
quick lesson.
confidence.
Quick lesson on liches. Basically, liches are powerful, usually spellcasters. So like, the king could be some sort of arcane wizard or something, right? But basically they spend the rest of their life in search for like, there's kind of different ways you can do it. There's not really a set way to become a lich. It's kind of just up to like how your story is kind of set up and how like it is in your world essentially.
Mm-hmm.
But basically they go through a process. There's a process of becoming a lich, which could totally be this artifact. There's a process. They go through this powerful ritual, using all these like separate ingredients and items and such. Essentially transfer their soul to a phylactery, which is like a jar that contains their soul, and then kill themselves. And then they're reborn as a lich.
This could be a soul container.
It could be used as their phylactery, yeah.
Yeah, which is really funny because this character right here, they are a wizard. So me just randomly putting them by the artifact is...
Yeah. And basically liches are immortal as long as their phylactery exists. So basically what liches do after they become immortal is they spend the next years, decades, centuries of basically creating this like defense around their phylactery. Sometimes they'll suspend it in like a separate demi-plane, and they do all kinds of stuff to go through the process of protecting their phylactery.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah. So I think we can make it a good, like, this could be, obviously, do whatever you want with our encounters, but this could be a great pivotal key decision moment. Very similar to last week's big key decision moment of like bringing in fiends into the world, but this could be more of a, you pick the side of righteousness and divine versus, I mean, really just humanity and greed. But yeah, I really like this.
And on top of that, like, one more thing before we close out is like, on top of like the whole, this angel's trying to stop you, you can always make it like, just because this angel is a lawful neutral doesn't mean they have to necessarily be good. You could think of more of like this angel is doing whatever it can to protect the greater good of whatever it believes in, right? So even though this angel is lawful neutral, it doesn't necessarily have to be a quote-unquote good guy. You know, like it's morally, it has its morals, and it's going to do what it morally believes is correct. Yeah. So like, it might come down to stop you from getting the artifact, even if you agree with it, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to become your ally either, you know? It's like, it's going to be like, I'm here to stop you, you leave now, and don't come back, you know?
True. Yeah, I should specify, when I said it's like having an angel on your side or a lich on your side, I meant that as in like, if you guys make the right decision and don't steal this artifact, someone else will for the king.
Mm.
So that's kind of in that analogy, the artifact was getting to the king no matter what.
I got you. I mean, essentially, no, a lot of good things you can do with this. A lot of interesting things, and I like it.
We'll leave it open ended. So whatever people want. This guy right here is the big pad. I wanted to use the new feature. It's really funny.
Yeah. Overall, I quite enjoy it. I think there's a lot of things that can be done with this. A lot of potential.
And this is why I like having guests, because me personally, I wouldn't have chose this one, but I think we ended up with a pretty cool encounter.
Yeah, definitely something I'm gonna have to keep in the mind bank for later.
Yeah. I don't know how well it'll fit.
I want to see it later in one of the campaigns.
I don't know how it'll fit in either of my current campaigns, because I've got the Gothic horror one running and a Western running. This feels very, very much like high fantasy D&D encounter.
Yeah, it's just like a high fantasy, like you're messing with gods.
Yeah. But I think we're about good there. Remember to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button down below, ring that bell notification, leave us a comment whether you agree, disagree, just get some discussion going. Say what you feel about it. And of course, we got Donny here. Donny, what do you have anything you want to shout out for us?
Like, subscribe, go to Donny Reviews,
Yeah.
Yes, go check out Donny Reviews.
Yes.
He reviews games and food.
Yeah, recently food
Games,
reviews.
Food, hopefully do more stuff.
Recently reviewed
But thank you all for having
the
me on here.
Chick-fil-A, not Chick-fil-A, the other chicken one. KFC.
Little
Cheesa.
Caesars,
The
Crazy
Cheesa.
Puffs, the Cheesa.
Yeah,
Yeah, the cheese and the crazy puffs.
we had a Bro Holder's guest appearance on his short reviewing the Cheesa. So make sure to
Cocoa
go
ate.
check that out.
Coco ate a green bean.
It was awful. But with that, we'll see y'all.
Yes, yeah.
Have a good one.